Whether it is a small business, medium business, or an enterprise, all of them are exactly having the same issues, and they themselves are trying to find their own solutions. Everyone is at a different level, everyone has different skill set, and unfortunately, whatever solution they are coming up with, they are never perfect, and most of them just keep working and repeatedly solving the same problem.
No rain. Folks, hello and welcome back to the Naren Agarwal Show. Today's episode is one. If you're an entrepreneur, if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, you care about running your business with technology in a way that you can run it from away your office and with your smartphone. Yes, it might sound like a dream, but let's uncover with the gentleman I have here with me. With me, I have Mr. Sanjeev Jain. He's an MBA from IIFT Delhi with over 25 years of business experience. He's a serial entrepreneur, runs over 6 to 7 companies. His technology company called TNS, Technology Never Sleeps, develops large IT infrastructures for Indian Railways, companies like Honda, Larsen and Toubro, NDTV, etc. And currently, he's working on his venture where he trains entrepreneurs to use cutting edge technology to fully automate their business and run it using a smartphone, literally using your smartphone. So welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Jain on board. Sanjeev sir, how are you?
All great. Thank you so much for having me here, Naren.
Sanjeev sir, it's a pleasure.
It's my pleasure to be here.
That's great. Thank you for saying that. Sir, right now you are sitting in Mussoorie and you're operating your business as well. You're in this hill station in India, chilling out and literally operating your businesses as well. So you're living the life that you trying to teach. And it's not like just a Gaga land dream, but you are living that life.
Well, literally, yes. And again, I've been running my business. Earlier also I was running it mostly on automatic, and since past 1.5 years because of Corona, just running it out of one room. It doesn't matter where that room is, whether it is in New Delhi or it is in Mussoorie. And as you can see, and all running from nothing but a smartphone. So this is the lifeline here.
Wow. So you're literally running, and how many businesses are you running currently?
7.
7 businesses.
Yes.
And these are not just small scale businesses. Would you like to talk about the nature of the immensity and the how big the businesses are?
Yeah, so family business is Delta Exports is one of the largest companies in the world for manufacturing fragrance products like agarbattis, candles, reed diffusers, and the customers are like Walmart, Carrefour, Tesco, Asda, all big hypermarkets and retail chains. And the manufacturing plant is spread over 27 acres in Manesar. I started with this business, automated the manufacturing of all these products, and completely automated the running of this business. And one of the most amazing things about this business is that it is run by my brother from Melbourne, Australia, and he has not been to Delhi to look at the office or the plant since past 2.5 years. He's stuck in Melbourne, Australia. So you can see that how amazing it is. Similarly, we have a manufacturing company that manufactures the agarbatti brand by the name of Mangaldeep. Okay.
Mangaldeep is a classic brand with
Yes,
IT.
that's right. That's owned by ITC, and we are the OEM manufacturers for that. And similarly, we have another company called, Aarti Agarbatti. The fragrance people is the one that does fragrance product retail in Delhi with multiple stores. And we have another big company called, Delta Towers that does real estate and leasing. We have multiple towers in Gurgaon and very big clients like Puma, LG House, and all who are the tenants. Then we have my company called TNS, Technology Never Sleeps, that does networking and data centers for organizations like L&T, Mitsubishi, for multiple railways, even for the Delhi airport. So huge projects there.
I heard you're working with the Indian Defense as well on.
Yeah. We are one of the major contractors for very high security, high security projects, including cyber security for certain, if you know CERT, Computer Emergency Response Team, then for Ministry of Defense, multiple divisions for DRDO. And again, I started training just as a hobby or as a passion because people used to ask me that how are you doing this? How are you doing this? We've got one business and we're always busy, and you've got multiple business, and you are still coming and training us, and you're enjoying this? So how are you running this? And this is how the training just started. And this is
Wow.
now going very strong.
Wow. So, folks who are listening, this is already kind of a great insight that this is possible, right? There was somebody here who's living this life, is talking to us about it, and this is possible. And through this podcast, we wish to cover and uncover a little bit about his story and how it can be possible. So, thank you so much, Sanjeev sir, for saying that. Let me ask you first, why did you start training entrepreneurs, and why did it come from you? Yes, people wanted to ask you, but you're in a place where you have all these set businesses, you're running it on autopilot, you can chill in Missouri. Then why come out and speak to all these people?
So it didn't happen just like that. It happened by chance. So I am part of BNI, and I used to put out, just out of interest, I used to put out some small tech tips on WhatsApp to my
Okay.
different groups. And,
Okay.
things or tools that I loved. So I used to put them out, and then people started asking me that, okay, can you explain them to us? We like it, how just explain it to us. And it was like 10, 15 minutes chat. Then many of them in BNI meetings, they said that, okay, we are free today. Why don't you take half an hour and explain it to us on a projector? And it was like, okay, 50, 60 people sitting, and I was explaining these tools. And
Wow.
then they say that this is like crazy, this is amazing. And let's do a bigger session. And we did a half day session. Then they said, me, you do a 1 day session, you charge us some money. I did a 1 day session in my office with 35 people. And I thought that's the end of it. But then they told more people, and more people approached me. They said more people want to come in. Then we did a bigger session in a banquet hall for 120 people,
Wow.
including owner of Okaya, Anilji, and, really, really very big businessmen. And then they said this, like, very 1 day is not enough. You talk about so many things. You better explain them to us in a good way. Then we started these bigger trainings. And initially, like, I was thinking that, this is more like a waste of my time.
Yeah.
But then the accountant said, sir, this is kind of, what are you doing here? Because, we did revenues of 80 lakhs in 1 year. And they were quite surprised. Then we started doing it. And then again, we found one more thing for my company, TNS. We started attracting customers because customers started, interacting more with me. And they thought that this guy knows technology. Why not ask him for any of the IT requirements like data centers, for computers, for servers, online things, and everything they used to ask me. And we started getting business there also. And then we thought that this is makes good sense because I was enjoying it, and we are helping people at the same time, and we are also making money. So this is how it came into existence.
And so this is one of the best kind of businesses with the low capital investment. You're into production and manufacturing as well, but this is no capital investment, just like pure
Absolutely, it stands out like completely opposite. Like, I have put in crores of investments with so many collaterals and so many loans and things like that. You have to do for normal business, and money is always outstanding. And here it's totally other way around.
Yeah.
So
That's
no
amazing.
negative investment. Only investment goes here. So what I learned from other people, that is the investment that I'm doing. All investment in me and my team, that is the investment.
That's amazing. Sir, I've also heard that what really stands out about the business that you're doing right now, this venture of training entrepreneurs, CEO IT Box, what's really important is the support you provide. Because yes, you can come train, but people find it very tough to go hard and implement it in their businesses, right? The technology that you're giving. So I've heard a lot of appreciation about your support team. Why did you focus so much on support, and how could you build a team that is so good to support, that receives calls at 4 a.m. and 10 p.m., etc.?
Well, actually, I have attended many trainings in my life, and almost any training that you can name, starting from LMI, BCI, from MMI. So many trainings I attended. And in all the trainings, what I found is that you really have to be extremely motivated to get anything out of these trainings, because once the training is over, you lose all the motivation, and there is hardly any support. There is no support infrastructure. And whatever, I was doing, I never did it for money. I was using these things in my business, and I saw such a tremendous change. And, all the other entrepreneurs, they just keep struggling with these basic issues. And I thought that if I'm doing something, let me do it in a way in which that really helps them. So if I only train them and they go back home and they don't do anything, it will still not make any difference. So we thought that we should have a support team. Like, I alone cannot support all of them. I train them on something. They have so many questions. How many people can I attend? And not only the questions, we want people who to call, like Naren attends the training. Why not someone call Naren and ask him, ki, Bhai, what have you done? Did you implement this? Did you implement that? Are you facing any issue? Do you need any guidance? So where you want to start? What are the problems you're facing? So we started adding more team members. And this Corona, when it started, gave us a big push because we found that suddenly, once the Corona started, people had a lot of free time. And this actually started implementing our training. So we started getting a lot of calls, and our team of 4 or 5 people was inundated with calls. So we immediately started adding more people, and Sujit is heading the support team, and Siddharth, is our marketing head, and even he, started helping out people, because again, it was our philosophy to get it implemented, no matter what. So no matter the question they ask, no matter at what time we need to help them, that is the whole purpose of our organization, is to actually make a real change. And that is why we never thought of really doing a lot of marketing and expanding the business. And our core philosophy is that if we really make a difference, you don't have to go out to actually get more customers. So instead of spending money on marketing, we are spending more money on supporting our students implement everything. And once we get it implemented, trust me that we don't need any sales guys.
Wow.
Then we
Become
have
the salesman for you, or salesman.
crazy. It's crazy. I tell them that like, you don't have to worry about our marketing. You are our marketing. Okay. And once we get it implemented, we have students who are given like 100 referrals. And we are nearly doubled our business during this Corona period, all through the students, just because they are so happy. And that actually what makes this worthwhile for us.
Wow.
No matter how hard we work, when we get the appreciation, and I'm sure you must be on one of our groups and see appreciation is coming in daily. Like if you ask of testimonials, appreciation, referrals, so that is now a way of life with us.
That's amazing, sir. That's amazing. What I want to ask you, sir, is why do you think Indian small, medium entrepreneurs need technology? Because a lot of them think that, no, this is for the big guys. We are running the way we are, and this is how we are. Why did you want to teach it to the small and medium enterprise? And why do you think, based on your observation, do they need it?
Well, this comes back to my core mission actually in life. What I observed is that as an entrepreneur, when I started Delta Exports and the other businesses, I struggled a lot, even for the basic things. First of all, how to do marketing and sales, how to get orders. Once the orders are there, then there's another set of problems: how to run the factory, how to schedule the production, how to make the purchase orders, then how you get the material received, how to get them quality checked, then doing the manufacturing bit, then getting them out, getting approvals, and managing all the people, having them do the way you want the work to be done. And all the people, whether it is a small business, medium business, or an enterprise, all of them are exactly having the same issues, and they themselves are trying to find their own solutions. Everyone is at a different level, everyone has different skill set, and unfortunately, whatever solution they are coming up with, they are never perfect, and most of them just keep working and repeatedly solving the same problem. Okay. It is like building a sand castle. Okay. You build up something, and then the water comes and washes it away. Then you again restart.
Every month you do the same problem again and again.
And in my business, I saw that by using tools and technology and a particular system, if you actually apply tools, technology, and system to a particular problem, then that is solved permanently. You never have to look at it again. Okay. And I thought that if this powerful thing, if I'm doing in one area, I do it in all the areas, I get rid of the company, I don't have to worry about it running it anymore. And that's the way how I build all of these 7 businesses. So exactly same thing, if we were to help other entrepreneurs do, then they will actually be able to do what they wanted to do. Actually run and grow their business, follow their passion, instead of getting stuck in day-to-day routine work, day-to-day firefighting, and they can actually focus on their passion and growth. Most of the entrepreneurs are not able to do it. the passion and growth, the passion that is there initially when starting the business, that fades away very, very quickly within a year or two, and most of them are stuck in just doing all the routine stuff, firefighting, and shouting at people, just like doing that. And there is no problem with the brains that they have. The Indians are very sharp. All the Indians are very sharp. Look at the kind of companies that are now totally run by Indians. Look at Satya Nadella. Okay. Look at Google. Look at Tesla. Anywhere you look at Mastercard, all headed by Indians, or Indians are in the core team, in management, in strategy, in technology. There is not a single company in the world, which doesn't have Indians at the helm.
Wow.
So why? Because they have that technology, they have those systems, they have those methods. And if I was able to help do that and get these Indian businessmen recognized the world over globally, and help them take their businesses, no matter small, medium, or large, make them globally number one. And, that will serve my life's purpose. Make, Indian entrepreneurs and Indian business recognized.
Wow.
Make India proud.
Technology. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The thing is, a lot in a lot of these small medium enterprises, especially in India, you notice that people are focused on the team, getting people, etc., etc. They're not focused enough on the systems. What you come help and do is come implement systems, and with the use of technology, so that something can then start working on its own rather than depending on occasions and events. It can become systemized and work on its own and build a robust business which can be run autopilot, which can be run automatically.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I think that our brain is there to solve problems and create ideas, nothing else. And solving the same problem again and again, doesn't make sense. So, एक ही problem, why not to solve it permanently, right?
Wow.
And again, like I feel that something that is to be done routinely, repeatedly, then computers and technology is a much better way of running it. Like, why do you have alarm clocks? Because alarm clocks don't think. They have to wake you up at 5 a.m. They will do it every day without fail. But, can you trust your brain to do that? So it's a small system, right? And exactly the same thing works in almost every system in business. Okay. So you need to build systems that work just like an alarm clock, no matter how complicated they are. And people are free to actually dream and do whatever they want, and the system will remind them on the required time that what needs to be done. Right?
I love that example. People are free to dream, but the alarm clock, when needed, will wake them up. So, sir, yes. Alarm clock is a great example. I want to take a practical example in business. So right now, or maybe from your past experience, what's an example that you can think of that kept recurring and then you use the system to solve it so that the listeners and viewers can get an idea?
So a very recent sharing by one of my students, Mohammed Ijlal, from a company called Paramount. He does exports of metal products from Moradabad, and gave us a testimonial that your payment recovery system helped me recover payments worth $2 million. Okay. And we never thought that this would happen, and actually it's just like a 1.5 month old student for us. Our entire program
$2 million US dollars.
$2 million US dollars. And I asked him, he said, must be more than two. Actually, it could be 2 or 3, and we have it on video. And another student, very, very recently, he thanked us. He said that, I just recovered 30 lakh rupees of payment, which I thought that is gone. We're never going to recover it. Okay. And same thing I noticed over and over again. So now what happens? Look at payments. So in India, unfortunately, people will not make payments to you automatically. Yeah. Okay. So you need to remind them consistently. And what actually happens is that we consistently fail to remind them. Because no one likes to do this. You don't want to call anyone ki bhai meri payment kar do, I want the payments. And not only does the entrepreneur doesn't want to do that, you have done the work, you got the order, so much pains were taken to deliver it. And now you have to now do more work and get the payment.
For your own money. Yes.
Yeah. For your own money, it's like, you're just asking for money. You feel like a beggar. Okay. And even your accounts people don't want to do it. Your sales people don't want to do it. Okay. Then I thought, why not let the system do it? So what we did is we made a system. You put in all your debtor details. okay, how much money, what is the invoice detail, what are the ledger details, and let the system remind the customer on WhatsApp and on email, and it will do it consistently, just like the alarm clock. Wake
Wow.
them up every day or every week, whatever you decide. And this system is giving these crazy results because it doesn't forget to remind them. And when the customer get the reminders, many of them don't even know that there's something wrong, they have not paid or something. And this is consistently, I've seen that students are getting payments above 70% automatically. And it's a big relief because cash flow is the oxygen of any business.
Yeah.
We always know how much money you want to pay, you have to pay to the suppliers, but you are never sure that what kind of money, even if you owe, people owe you crores of rupees, you're never sure that how much money you're going to get back in this month or in this week or on this day. So you're always like looking for taking more loans instead of actually working on getting your own money back
Wow,
from
that's so
customers.
true. Yeah.
So just a very small example. And then in almost every area, whether it is marketing, sales, HR, production, projects, this is exactly how the systems work without fail.
Wow. I mean, payment recovery is a big pain point for a lot of entrepreneurs out there. And if you can make a system out of that, this is amazing. But what it also does is to the customer, they don't feel like, some human being is holding them accountable for a payment. And when it comes through the email and WhatsApp, it's a little more subtle too. So maybe it's better for the customer relationships as well. Because if you keep calling a customer, hey, please pay me, please pay me, please pay me, that might also cause a rift.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about it because, and again, many people do get irritated. The customers get irritated, but then I tell them that, just simply tell them that this is our ERP system and this is an automatic thing. We can't do anything about it. You give us the payment will become zero. The system will stop sending you reminders. As simple as that. All the big companies do it. Like you don't pay your credit card bills, you don't pay your telephone bills, and you're going to get so many reminders. So
Yeah.
people do that, so they don't mind anymore. And anyways, any which ways, it is your money. You have to ask for it. There are no two ways about it, right?
So
And
true.
also gives them a legal proof in case someone doesn't pay. So now we have lots of proof that we sent this guy 30 reminders, and at that time he did not tell any deficiency in any of the products or services. So now after 2 years he cannot tell the court that these guys did not do their job properly, right? So any which ways, these things really make a big impact and free the entrepreneurs from these daily things that actually are the source of all their headache.
Wow. 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 Sir, I want to talk to you about running your business through your smartphone
Right.
and remotely.
Right.
So let's say you have a factory
Hmm.
and you have incense sticks being produced there, like you said.
Right.
How can you not go to your factory for 2 years and run your business without being physically present there because something is being manufactured? So I want you to give me all scenarios and just kind of a hype, like a overview of how it can be possible, because for a lot of people this seems unreal, unbelievable, unthinkable.
No, this is perfectly real. Perfectly real. And I think people in this Corona times have actually realized that they can get much more done sitting at their homes than was previously thought possible, right? The only thing is that we were doing this earlier also. Now everyone else realizes this too.
Yeah.
So why, Naren? Now let me ask you that why do you need to go to the office or a factory? Okay, whether it's office or factory does not really matter. So why do you really need to go there? Because why? Okay, tell me. You tell me.
A lot of people would say that number one is you have to go and ensure the quality of the products. Number two is to get the job done by the team. If you don't go, they won't get the job done.
Yeah, right. What else?
Uh, to have control, to monitor if everything is going well. If something goes wrong, you have to come in and help out.
So control. So like if you don't go there, you feel that things are going to go wrong,
Yeah.
and again, why you feel that why you don't have any control? Because you will go there, you ask lots of questions, right? You get a lot of information, and you will take decisions on those information and give them instructions. Am I right?
100%. Yeah. You
Right?
go there,
Why,
meeting,
and why?
get information, you see the production report, and then you get back to them saying, do this.
Yeah. And what we did is like, let me give you my example. So how we started doing this. To get control, we started doing a specific set of meetings with my team. whether it is the production team or whether it is the project team, doesn't matter. Like what I do is every day we have a 15-minute call with my team every day. And earlier it was in the office. We were all standing up for 15 minutes, and now it is on Zoom. Okay, so it doesn't, location is totally irrelevant. It can be home, it can be Missouri, doesn't matter. And now these guys give a very specific set of information that they are the three things like, okay, what was the accomplishment so yesterday? Then what are the things that are stuck today? Okay, and what is the plan for today? What are the priorities for today? Okay, now this have what this does for you is that first of all you are able to take the accountability for yesterday. So that is what you wanted, right? Ki, what did you do yesterday? So we are taking the accountability. Then second thing, we are asking what is stuck. So what happens normally in businesses that problems come, and you are always telling these people that why did you not inform me beforehand? There was some kind of a communication gap.
Yeah.
Problems are not notified to the people who can solve them in the right time. If they were told 15 days before, then it would not have become such a big problem, right? By communicating these stuck things, all the HODs are there. Now everyone is on the same page. Like, okay, today in this meeting, we know that there are these 5 issues. Okay, this material is not arrived, this machine is actually broken down. So now that communication gap is over.
Wow.
The third thing, that people in India don't like to plan. So instead of talking to people 15 times in a day by calling them one by one, we are actually having them plan in one go. Okay, if they miss out any point, I can tell them, okay, you have to do this also. Please also insert this into your agenda. So instead of spending the whole day in the office, I am just doing this in 15 minutes for every business. Okay, just a very small example. So now I have complete control. Then secondly, why you go to office? Because you have the necessary information in the office. Okay, because all the files are there. Am I right?
Yes, 100%.
And all the people are there. You want to talk to them. So you can absolutely recreate your physical office in the digital world. So we create an intranet which has entire information about each and every department on every aspect at the click of a button, which you can open from your mobile phone or from a laptop. So you have all the information. Okay. If someone wants to ask for some kind of a decision, so the forms are electronic, and all those electronic forms contain all the information you need to take the decision. If they want to request for a purchase of something, then okay, what is the rate? Who is the vendor? Okay, are you sure that it was not in stock? Okay, are you sure that this was important? Has the manager approved it? So instead of doing that manually sitting in the office or in the factory, now we are doing it electronically, and all that information is already going to be sent to you.
Wow.
Okay. Then all the people that you want to talk to, like we are doing this video conferencing today, you can do this now over Zoom. You can do this over using Polycom equipment. So now that connection is also there. So people are there, information is there, all the documents are available online. So, and also doing team motivation meetings and all. Okay, that also can be done online. So what is left?
Wow.
The entire monitoring, control, everything is done. Okay. And only thing that is now left is a person connect. For that, normally what I do is that sometimes in the week, I go for 1.5 hours to the office. So every Monday, I am finished with all my meetings, online meetings by 12:30. 12:30, I go to my office, which is 20 minutes away. And I go meet everyone, say hi, have a personal chat with them. And I'm back to my home by 2:30.
On Monday.
And my younger brother, who's running all the fragrance business, he has not been to the office in 2.5 years. Okay, 2.5 years, he's been stuck in Melbourne. So there is absolutely no reason. And another thing I tell you, it's more of a habit actually. Why people are stuck in their offices. And, if you're really stuck to your office in today's world, okay, then how the hell you think you are going to grow your business? Okay. To grow your business, what is your job? As an entrepreneur, you have to look out for new ideas. You have to connect with new people. Okay. You have to get trainings on the latest things happening in your domain and industry. Am I right?
100%.
Is all of that possible if you're going to be stuck in office? It is impossible. For entrepreneurs who are actually stuck in office, they are not doing a service to their business. They are doing a disservice to their business. Okay. Because you are actually doing the work that your employees can easily do. Okay. And instead of that, what you can do that no one else can do, you're not doing. ठीक
Wow.
है, तो आपका काम कौन करेगा, like if you're going to be stuck in the office.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Exactly. You're just so stuck on day-to-day operation. You're not even doing the job of growth, and giving your team growth and the business growth so that you can have a better tomorrow as an entrepreneur.
Right,
Wow. Wow.
right,
Sir, I want to ask you about two main things now. One is getting into the personal productivity and
right,
personal enhancement using technology. So, what are some
right.
things that you recommend? If we could probably even see some things that you want to show us, some main hacks, some of those 20% things that will give us 80% results according to Pareto's principle for personal productivity. And then later on, we'll get into some tools and technologies for the business and the organization in general.
Well, in terms of personal productivity hacks, the number one thing that has worked for me, is just one small commitment. So I used to go to office, and every week, the week used to just go by without actually doing or achieving anything meaningful. Then I made a small change. Just one small commitment I made to myself, and that has actually must have at least, increased my productivity by at least 10 times. And I'm
Wow.
achieving 10 times more result every week now. Okay. So I like to share that. It's a
What is
very
that?
small commitment, but for all your viewers, before I tell them what it is, I would like them to make a commitment to me first. That I am going to tell them this, but like so many trainings they attend and never get any result. If they actually also make this promise today, they will actually get such incredible results like the way I have recreated in my life. Okay. So,
Wow.
guys, so do I have that commitment from all of you?
I guess so. Yes, you have that comment from me
For
too.
people who are watching me and Naren today. So if I have that commitment, so I will go ahead and tell you. Okay, it's a very, very simple thing, very, very easy to follow. So okay, you must be all curious. So let me tell you what it is. So I made a small commitment to myself that I will not go inside my office till my entire week is fully planned on Monday. Okay, so on Monday I used to just go to office and just start working. And now what I did is that before I enter my office, I have to make sure that my entire plan for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is created on a Google Calendar. So what I
Wow.
want to achieve from Monday, what I want to achieve from Tuesday, from Wednesday, and even many times I found myself sitting in the car. I turn on the air conditioner and was planning my calendar before I entered my office because I remembered that I made this commitment to myself. And nowadays I do that on a Sunday itself. So even when I'm working from home, I don't start working. And by now it's like become like more of less like doing brushing your teeth. So it's like become brushing your teeth, and this creates really amazing results. Why? Because if you look at it, it activates two amazing powers in your life. So first power is that is the power of commitment. So whatever people have achieved till now in their life is all because of their commitment. So like Salman Khan says na कि मैं commitment कर देता हूँ तो अपनी भी नहीं सुनता हूँ. Like whatever you have achieved, in your life in terms of education, in terms of business, is all because of you, your efforts, your commitment. So first of all, we normally don't like to write down things because why? Because we are very lazy. That if I write it down, this means that I have to do it. So
And I
best
have to
way
hold
to
myself accountable.
exactly. So it's a lot of pressure. So by writing down 5 things on a piece of paper means that actually I will have to do those things because you kind of making a commitment to yourself. So people are afraid to make that commitment, and by writing that calendar, that takes out all that ideas and puts them down in terms of commitment on paper. So
Yes.
first of all, immediately the chances of achieving it increase by like 1,000%, because
Wow.
think about that in your mind. Now you've recreated them on paper. You've made a commitment.
Blueprint of your week.
Yeah. And the second thing, that's the most crazy thing that happens, is that if you have heard of something known as law of attraction or manifestation or reticular activating system in scientific terms. So what happens that once you do this, you are actually telling the universe, or you're giving an order to the universe, that this is what I want from this day. This is what I want from Monday. This is what I want from Tuesday. This is what I want from this week. Okay, your brain starts looking at information and starts filtering out that information that can help you do that work. Even things that are like I have a meeting in Pitampura, which is very far away, and I want 2 more meetings. I just put that down on the calendar and automatically I'm getting calls and people asking me for meetings on Pitampura on the same slots. Okay.
Wow.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Okay. You just write down what you want and you see that even if you don't know how to do it, how to get started, things will happen before that day to help you out. So now again, the chances of that getting done again increase multifold because of the law of attraction. Law of attraction basically works on your thoughts. So whatever you think about, you start attracting it. By putting it down on the calendar is the best way of actually practicing law of attraction on a daily basis, right? When you look at that calendar, when you look at the weekly calendar, when you look at it at the end of the day, every time you look at it, what are you doing? You are creating it, right? So this is the thing. So you're creating it in reality. So nothing gets created, doesn't come into existence directly. So you want to buy a new house, you want to get a new job, you want to get a new car, new phone. All of that gets created where? In your mind first. So by creating it on the calendar, you are actually creating it in your thoughts. Once it's in your thoughts, once it's in your vision, then your commitment and the law of attraction, they make it real. And I can't really give you a much bigger tip than this in terms of
Wow.
organizing, in terms of creating results. And instead, you say 20% that produces 80% results, I would say this is bloody 5% to give you 95%. Okay.
Wow.
So go ahead and do this. Ye wo 5% hai, start doing this. And everything else will fall apart if you don't do this. None of the other tech tools are going to help you. And if you start doing this, then these other tech tools and other technology will work like crazy for you because you will actually put it to use.
I think this is solid advice. Personally, I think the same has been my experience. About maybe 40, 50 weeks ago, I started weekly planning, weekly scheduling, weekly blueprinting, whatever you can call it. And it's
Right.
a game changer. It's a game changer, total game changer. Because
Absolutely.
you start valuing your time, you start valuing other people's time, you start creating a picture of how your week would look like. You can create possibilities in your week. Some things that I never found time for, I started finding time for because I created a picture of my week and I could add it and subtract it. And if a new opportunity came, I could add it to the weekly plan rather than it being in the air and in just out there. So I think I so agree with you.
Right.
That weekly blueprinting is a number one goal. That's a great personal productivity hack. Sir, I want to ask you, you said Google Calendar. And of course, since I have you here, I don't want to miss this opportunity. Can you show us like some or tell us about some crazy things in Google Calendar? Everybody knows basics. But if a screen share is possible, or if you want to show us something that would be awesome on Google Calendar that people can use as a personal productivity hack.
Well, in terms of Google Calendar, in terms of technique, what I use myself personally is to use some special buffers. So normally a lot of people, what they do is that whenever they are doing the planning, they are not actually able to stay on track. Okay.
Correct.
Why? Because, some of the other interruption just kind of spoils their rhythm. Okay. And they, like suppose I was to do this demo and someone came in, I was not able to do this and gets pending and I never get to do it.
Correct.
So what I do is that, as you can see, there are some empty slots, as you can see. So what I do is that between these two big tasks, I keep some time free. Okay. Like 15, 20 minutes, I keep free. That allows me to, handle phone calls, WhatsApp, SMSs and all emails. So I don't let things interrupt me during these sessions. And post these, I have these 15, 20 minutes break where I can get to do these things. Then during the day, I'm keeping some slots free, like 1.5 to 2 hours free. Okay. So this allows me to handle bigger interruptions.
Wow.
And then during the later part of the week, like you can see, this half day is kind of free. So I'm not planning anything here. So this helps me take care of even bigger unplanned work or unplanned interruptions.
Wow.
Okay. So this is one hack that I really find it very useful. Another hack is there are some shortcuts that people don't know about. So you can actually see them here, like D is for day, W is for week, M is for month. So like on the Google Calendar, you press D, you will see today's calendar.
Oh, wow.
You press W, you will see the week's calendar. You press M, you will see monthly calendar.
Wow.
Press Y, you see yearly calendar. And again, press W, weekly calendar. another amazing thing, if you want to go for the next week, just press J for Jammu. You will go forward.
Wow.
Press K for Kashmir. You'll go back. Okay. And now, if you're lost, suppose you're here in September and you want to go back to today, just press T for today. Okay.
Wow.
And the thing is that you don't have to remember all of these shortcuts. Just press Shift and question mark. You will see all the shortcuts. So by pressing Shift and question mark in the Google Calendar, you can see all of these shortcuts. So like, for example, you want to create a new event. By pressing C on your keyboard, just you can create a new event straight away.
Wow.
And also, in the calendar, many times people ask me that, Sanjeev, okay, what to do if, you want to mark something as done, or, you want to say, okay, these are things that I plan, and how do I mark them that I've actually done or not done?
Yeah, exactly.
So what I tell them is that I use a very crazy hack. So you create another calendar called not done. So there is no point having two calendars. So you consider that everything on your calendar here is kind of done. And we create another one called not done. So
Okay.
for example, in this week, maybe I was not able to do a particular work. Okay. For example, I was not able to do the sales training thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will just click here and copy to not done
Huh.
and save. Nothing else. So now when I'm reviewing the week, so maybe suppose I was not able to do this, I just click it and copy to not done. Now save it. At the end of the week, I want to see what are the things that I was not able to do. So just turn off my calendar and see these are the two things that you're not able to do.
Wow. This
Right?
is awesome. Yeah.
See, so it makes it very easy for you to then replan them in the next week.
That's amazing. So you can literally have multiple calendars running in your.
Yeah. And
and then-
again, I can tell you so many things, but then again, I think this podcast would be overrun.
Wow. This
So,
is awesome.
yeah. So in terms of another technology tool that you were asking me about, should I share another one?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. One really amazing tool that I find that is very interesting for teams to work together. Like nowadays that we are stuck at home and some people are working from home, and you may miss the office whiteboard. Am I right?
Yes.
How to actually write something and talk about different ideas to the people. There is no paper that we can share them or show them or some kind of a whiteboard. So there is a free whiteboard inside Google. So if you are having a Gmail account, so just once you logged into your Gmail account, just open jamboard.google.com. This is jamboard.google.com. This is totally free. It's part of your Gmail account. And you open this. And now you just start a new whiteboard. So you see here, I'm going to start a new whiteboard. Just click on this. And now we have a whiteboard here. And I can just say podcast with Naren.
Wow.
Okay. And now, we can talk about some ideas. Okay. So how to automate business. Save it. Then automate.
Oh, you can have a whiteboard, you're making sticky notes on it.
So yeah, I'm putting sticky notes on my whiteboard. Okay. Collect payments engine. Okay. So like this, I have these. So you can play around with them. Okay. Then we can actually write something. So you can select what kind of pen you want. Okay. So now we talk about like this. Okay. And you can totally go crazy. Then you can actually, put images. Okay. So you can search Google Images.
And then you can insert it in the whiteboard.
Yes, totally. See?
And the team can collaborate on this.
Totally. And you see here, right here. So you can make boxes, you can add text like this.
Yeah. This is like a crazy, it's like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint.
Yeah, and you can share it with as many members of your team just by putting in their Gmail IDs. Okay. Put in their Gmail IDs you want them to edit or you want them to see, and that's it. And they can all of them be online at the same time on their laptops or even on their phones. Okay, so there is an app for this. You just search for Google Jamboard app on your mobile phone, whether Android or iPhone. They can even be on their phone at the same time talking to you, and you can all be working together. So they can use their finger and draw things, and you can be scratching them out, and you can add multiple pages right here. See,
Wow.
so this is another amazing collaboration tool that I would highly recommend. And then you can explain it to the other team members. This is like a laser pointer kind of a thing. Okay, we're
Ah,
going to do this first, then we'll do this, and then let us focus on this.
great. Wow. So these are a couple great tools. So Google Calendar, and you showed us how, and then also Google Jamboard is amazing
Yeah,
for
and
collaboration and writing up ideas and doing it together.
I also keep sharing these tools, many of these things like crazy things on my YouTube channel. So uh, I can just show this is itbx.in/YT. This is my YouTube channel. And, I have these different sessions like this is Tech Fridays. Okay, so like we talked about time and task management special, then how to track cyclical tasks, how to get thousands of leads from Google Maps. You can create so many leads. Then crazy things like how to get these inquiries from India Mart directly into a Google Sheet. So feel free, maybe you guys can feel free to walk through these, and also you can join me live on my Tech Friday session. So like this was apps and gadgets special. So I keep sharing what are those interesting apps and gadgets that really are stand apart and are really useful for business. So I know
Wow.
that you wouldn't have time to, discuss this. I can keep going on for days and hours about these things because they are all my passion.
We'll put all your contact information in the description of the podcast so that people who want to come access to you, gain access to your page, your YouTube channel, and also sign up for, let's say, the free trainings and the sessions that you do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as a part of our mission, we keep having lots and lots of free trainings on marketing automation, WhatsApp marketing, lead generation, then complete automation of systems. So, we will provide all the links to Narayan, and you can put them in the description. Please feel free to go through them. And I'm sure that because all of them are very, very highly focused and result oriented. Whatever we do is totally result oriented, so that you are not spending loads of money, time and effort, and complex things and complex stuff that doesn't give you anything. Instead of that, our tools are very, very accurate and targeted and instant results.
Wow. So thank you so much. Lastly, I want to get into this aspect of some tools, technology. In short, if you want to share your screen and show us for business automation, what are some things that business or organizations could use? Um,
Well, actually, this is not a small question, because if I get into the screen sharing mode, we will be actually recording at least another 2 hours of this. So, but what I can tell you in generic terms is that, like, first of all, for every system that you have, whether it is HR, whether it is like marketing or sales, or it is production or projects. So you need to look at those areas that are causing a lot of trouble for you. Okay. So one aspect is those applications that can help you improve the productivity of your team in general. So for example, Google Calendar is one of them. Another tool that I very highly recommend is using Google Keep. So Google Keep is a collaborative note that can be shared with your team, and instead of putting the ideas in your brains, you can make notes for every person or a project, and that can be shared between people, right? And once that is shared between people, you can very, very easily put all the ideas there, and they can be discussed without you forgetting anything.
wow.
Okay. And then Google Keep is really amazing tool. Then there is actually very interesting tool called Google Assistant that can act as a virtual secretary. So you want to book an appointment, you want to find some information like show me nearby tire shops, okay, or show me contractors in Delhi, okay, how far away am I from Rohini Crown Plaza?
Yeah.
So, or what is my agenda for tomorrow? So, like crazy, this Google Assistant is now actually more like a live secretary. Okay.
Yeah.
Then again, huge number of time savings tools are there. Then when coming to the real business, then systems can be built using Google Sheets. So traditionally, companies end up investing a lot of money on big softwares, or they want to get a software custom made for themselves. And
Correct.
what happens is that it's a very painful exercise. Like you want to buy a CRM, you want a ERP because you want to see all the data, whatever is happening in the company in one place. But to find a vendor, to select the right software, and even after that, actually, the software that are available, they are not really designed for you, and it takes a long time even to adapt them, to even get them a little bit customized so that they fit your company better. And at the end, what happens that they are so complicated that mostly you will not find that teams that are there in SMEs are actually able to get them running. तो SMEs जो हैं वो उनको चला ही नहीं पाते हैं, they're not able to get them running,
Right.
right? And I highly recommend to build your own tools using these open source technology or free technologies like Google Sheets. It's a free part of your Gmail account, right?
So
Anyone?
I just want to quickly jump in here. I know we can't go into the depths of it, but just for people to get a feel, can we see kind of an intranet on ERP and how this can run? Because it sounds very unrealistic. How can someone do this on Google Sheets? How can someone create systems and run a whole ERP on Google Sheets? But it would be awesome to get a view of that.
So I just shared my screen with you. For example, this is an example of one of our sample sites. So this is a digital office. Now, like you have a physical office, this is a digital office, this is a welcome page. Okay. And then there are different, like in our office building, you have rooms. So now there is a room for employees. So now, for example, this is the employee space, and now they can see all their holidays right here. And if they have any issues, they can click here, and this kind of a electronic form will open where they can put in their problems, and they will get a number, and people at the back end will resolve the issue, and they will get notified. Then if someone is not able to come to office, they can enter into a video conference. Here is a link to all the important documents, and there's a photo gallery. Then like the employees room, we have the room for accounts.
Nice.
So now this room basically contains the details of all the employees. This is the accounts manager. Okay, this is a dummy site, so don't get carried away by our employees. Right. So, and then you can see common information like what is the bank transfer information. So no one has to be, finding, running after these common things. And then, like, for example, what does the accounts calendar look like? So the entire planning is right here for the calendar. So I will try and show you that. Then all the meetings that we do with the accounts guys, they're right here. Then many kinds of automations I'll try and show you. Then there are accounts process flow chart. So now you can see here, this is the minutes of the meeting. So whenever you do a meeting, so the minutes are recorded here, so you don't lose them.
Wow.
And you can refer back to them. So it makes your work so easy and meetings much more productive because you are able to track every meeting and make sure that the results are achieved. And then these are different kinds of automation. Like you want to send an automated invoice. So you can click on this and you can send an invoice from right here. You want to send a quotation or an invoice right here, you can just send it straight away. Then in the same way, if you go back, you want to send some kind of this is a compliance checklist, like all the accounts related compliances. So people don't forget to deposit TDS, file GST return. So dates and everything are right here. And, this will automatically remind people if they are forgetting something, and they have to, fill out a small response that gives it updated that they have done the work. Then similarly, there is a complete flow chart here, process flow. Then you see here the complete live MIS. So this is a live dashboard, as you can see, about payments, about these are different payment things, then about your TDS, WCT, for all aspects of accounts. This data is coming out from the live sheets. Okay, so you're not have to go anywhere. Like you asking me, how can you run it from your mobile phone? Because like accounts department, for every department, all of these things, like this admin department, so for the visitors, you can see the details. You want to request something, you can purchase it by clicking this. This is for the incoming courier, this is for the outgoing couriers. This is the complete inventory of admin stuff. Then if you want to raise a complaint ticket, like some equipment is not working, you can click here. Then similarly, like you have for projects, like this is for projects, you can see the live status of projects. So what are the things that are not done, and you can see live photographs coming in from your sites, documents. You can create new documents, survey reports, and see the pending things live. Okay.
And this is all created on Google Sites for free.
And
This is not a software. This is not a purchase from like SAP or anything. This is all created.
all for free, and then you can run your entire system. Like this is a sales, so complete sales automation right here. You can see the CRM. You can see these are different kind of sales. This, let me show you the sales MIS as well. So like for example, these are different sales automations. You can wish your customer on their birthdays, on festivals, send them email newsletters, train them, send catalogs on the fly, send them catalogs using WhatsApp and email, send a quotation right here. And here you can see complete CRM.
Wow.
The complete CRM. What are the sales expected by person, by month, by different phases. Okay, so different, this is like a pipeline report. So which leads are at which stage, and what are the latest updates from your team, and which inquiries are handled by whom, and what is the status.
This is impressive.
Then you can see the weekly sales MIS. So what are the number of meetings that they did in this week. Then this is the weekly report of what was the plan for the orders, how many orders did we actually get, what is the target for next week. The same way we have this billing plan, billing actual, billing target, payment plan. Then this similarly we have the annual, weekly, annual and quarterly report.
Wow.
So pretty comprehensive. And as you can see that for every department, everything is online, and you can create this for any department. It totally does not matter whether it is purchase. So of course, in this small podcast, we have limited time, so we'll not be able to show all of these. But all of this we actually get covered. If someone is interested to look at all these systems, they can just open this website, techmastery.in, and they will be able to see this video in detail and what all we actually cover. So it's almost all departments that we take care of, Naren.
Wow.
Are you able to see this?
Yeah. The Tech Mastery Advanced.
Here this is a kind of a detail of what all systems can be automated. So you can just have a look here. So what are the things that we talk about? So if someone would like to go through these, they can go through these systems, and the details are given right here as to what all tools and technologies are suitable for businesses, and which are the areas that they need to look into, and we train them on.
Wow.
So they can have a look at this. And again, in terms of what all are the detailed systems, so they can have a look at the curriculum as well. So they can look at the curriculum as well, and interactive table of what all systems can be automated in a business. So this gives them a complete list of different systems that are available.
This is amazing. Sanjeev sir, thank you so much. This has been an intensive screen share. For a lot of people, you are curious, you might not have grasped everything, but wherever you are in terms of what you got, that is good enough. But this really shows that this is actually possible. You're not just speaking and talking about some basic technology. Yeah, I use Google Calendar or Jamboard, but you can create a whole business system for free on Google Sheets and Google Intranet. And this is all free tools. These are tools that are free that can be used, or very cheap if you get Google Basic Suite. Sanjeev sir, this is awesome. We learned about technology. We learned about your mission. We learned about some personal productivity hacks. And in the end, you just showed us in some short time how everything is possible. A whole ERP system to automate business online with a
Right.
with an intranet, with Google Sheets, all for typically free or very low cost, just using Google Suites or basic Google Suite. Anything you would like to say at the end? This has been awesome. This has been very informational. This has been something that a lot of people probably it got their brains working.
Yes. So what I would like to say that a lot of entrepreneurs are afraid of technology. And I would like to say to them that, they feel that they're not tech savvy enough. And I would only like to say to them that if you can run a smartphone, then you are tech savvy enough. And also, like what happens, a lot of people feel that in terms of being tech savvy, it means that you should know coding, different languages, and really high tech stuff. So it is not like that. Like in a factory, you may buy a lot of very expensive and very very complex machines, and your job as a owner or as the as the top guy is just to identify which machines are good, which give you these kind of good productions. What is the input? What is the output? But you never really run these machines. So
Hmm.
same is with the technology. So you must understand, educate yourself at what are the technologies and what is their purpose and how they can benefit my business. And like you get operators and engineers and technicians to run your machine, same way you can get people to run these systems for you. So I would highly recommend you to take the training, whether from me or from any other person, and learn about these things. And don't be afraid. You don't actually have to go and operate them yourselves. You only have to understand their purpose and how they can actually help you ensure that you build something that is solid. It doesn't fall apart like sand castle, and you are not solving the same problem over and over again. Okay, so that is what I would highly recommend.
That's been awesome. Thank you so much for your sharing. Thanks for coming out, taking the time out, and having a great conversation with us. Appreciate you.
Same here, Naren.
Okay. See you, sir. Bye bye. Enjoy Masood.
Okay, Naren. Thank you, Naren.